Joe Biden has said that if he were to be elected in November, he would raise the corporate tax rate to 28%. How would such a move impact jobs here in the U.S.?
It would crush jobs. Basically, here's the thing. Barack Obama actually kind of understood this. During his term, he wanted to lower the corporate tax. You know, it's kind of like when Biden talks about it, he thinks he's appealing somehow to voters, like punish the corporations. But with the corporate tax, when you lower that below what it is for other countries, what that does is it brings investment home. It's not a gift to Wall Street. It's basically a way to induce investment and create jobs here. We talk about a V-shaped recovery. There's talk about a K-shaped recovery. I think the letter for Joe Biden's economy is going to be D for depression. I mean, everything he wants to do is going to drive this economy into a depression. I mean, raising taxes, that harms growth. Increase in regulations, that harms growth. Capping all our oil and natural gas wells over time, that harms growth. And of course, if Joe Biden gave us NAFTA and China into the World Trade Organization, as well as promising to go back into the TPP, I mean, this is not a blue-collar president. The blue-collar president is right over there, fit as a fiddle right now, and America's glad to know, and that's all good.
You mentioned the recovery and that President Trump is the president for the American worker. The U.S. economy is so far ahead of predictions in this recovery from the pandemic. Unemployment rate falling below 8% in September. We got that report last week. Why are the Trump administration's policies the best to continue this recovery moving forward?
Well, for two reasons. At the macro level, we're doing everything right in terms of the 4 points of the policy compass: tax cuts, deregulation, cheap energy, and trade that works for blue-collar workers and American workers here. That's been our mantra. In addition to those four things, the increases in the defense budget. So all of that works really well together. And if you just compare that with what the Democrat Party wants to do, it's just the opposite, and you know bad things will happen. And you're right to cite that statistic. The Congressional Budget Office predicted we'd be over 10% unemployment at this point in time, and we're well under that. But everybody listening here, we have a long way to go, and this election is going to determine whether you have a president in office who knows how to make an economy run, or whether you have somebody who's going to run the economy into the ground. And both of these people have track records. We saw Biden, Obama oversee the slowest recovery since the Great Depression. We saw President Donald J. Trump create the strongest, most resilient economy in the last 50 years as of January 2020, when the Chinese Communist Party, let's never forget who did this, the Chinese Communist Party infected the world with that deadly virus. They hid it from the world, they locked down their own country, and then they sent that virus all around the world in the form of hundreds of thousands of Chinese nationals traveling around this world. And that effectively guaranteed this pandemic. And the fact that it reached the President of the United States now, we need to hold Communist China accountable. And at the ballot box, please do that, because you know who's tough on China, you know who's not.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.